Mitchell was hurtling through the void of space at 17,000 miles per hour. He glanced out his tiny window, and in that moment, his entire sense of self dissolved. He later described it as feeling the presence of divinity, not religion, something stranger. Mitchell had just experienced what scientists now call the overview effect. And here's what makes it terrifying. Nearly every single astronaut who has left Earth reports the same thing. The same tears, the same speechlessness, the same complete rewiring of their worldview. Something about seeing our planet from the outside breaks the human mind in the most beautiful way possible. Philosophers have studied enlightenment experiences for thousands of years. Monks meditate for decades hoping for a glimpse of ego dissolution. But astronauts, they get it in seconds, just by looking out a window. So what exactly happens to the human brain 250 miles above Earth? And why do some researchers believe this single experience could be the key to saving humanity from itself? The term overview effect was coined by space philosopher Frank White in 1987. But the experience itself was first documented decades earlier, when astronauts returned from the Apollo missions. NASA psychologists noticed something strange. These were military test pilots, the most emotionally controlled humans on the planet, men trained to stay calm while their aircraft was literally on fire. Yet when they briefed about their missions, they would break down crying. They struggled to find words. Many reported that the experience had fundamentally changed their personalities. Buzz Aldrin fell into depression because nothing on Earth could match what he had felt. Edgar Mitchell became obsessed with consciousness research and founded the Noetic Sciences Institute. Apollo 14 astronaut Al Worden said he felt the presence of billions of years of evolution. These weren't mystical dreamers. These were engineers, scientists, skeptics, and something out there had cracked them open. Here's where it gets interesting. The change wasn't random. It followed a pattern, a very specific pattern that neuroscientists are only now beginning to understand. Your brain has a region called the default mode network. Think of it as your ego's home address. It's active when you're thinking about yourself, your problems, your identity, your separateness from others. This network is also hyperactive in depression and anxiety. Now here's what happens during profound awe experiences. The default mode network goes quiet. Sometimes it nearly shuts down entirely. Researchers at UC Berkeley discovered that awe is unique among emotions. It literally shrinks your sense of self. You feel smaller, but paradoxically, you feel more connected to everything else. The astronauts weren't just seeing a pretty view. Their brains were undergoing a temporary ego dissolution similar to what happens during deep meditation or certain psychedelic experiences. The view from space acts like a neurological reset button. Astronaut Ron Garan described it perfectly. He said he could see the thin blue line protecting all life on Earth. And suddenly every conflict, every border, every war seemed absurdly petty. The boundaries weren't real. They existed only in human minds. But here's something that should keep you up at night. If seeing Earth from space can instantly dissolve national identity and tribal thinking, what does that say about those identities in the first place? Philosophers have wrestled with this question for years. The overview effect reveals that our normal perception is a kind of blindness. We walk around trapped in what psychologists call the cognitive bubble. We see ourselves as separate from nature, separate from each other, separate from the planet that literally creates us moment by moment. Every breath you take contains atoms that were once inside stars, dinosaurs, and ancient oceans. You are not on Earth. You are Earth, a temporary pattern in an endless flow of matter and energy. Astronauts don't learn this as a fact. They feel it, and that's the difference between knowledge and wisdom. Chris Hadfield, who commanded the International Space Station, said the experience was like being given new eyes. Eyes that could finally see what was always there. The question is, why does it take leaving the planet to see the planet clearly? Carl Sagan understood this better than almost anyone. In 1990, he convinced NASA to turn the Voyager 1 spacecraft around. It was 4 billion miles away. He wanted one last photo of Earth. The result was a single pale blue pixel suspended in a beam of sunlight. Sagan wrote that everyone you ever heard of, every human being who ever lived,